I'm begging you. Or don't. It's too much for me to handle. The night was thick with mist, curling around the edges of the abandoned space station like fingers trying to pull me in. I had been sent to investigate strange energy readings that no one else dared to touch. The corridors were empty, cold, and humming with the remnants of long-gone machinery. But I wasn't alone. A soft whimper drew my attention to a corner of the docking bay. There she was, an alien girl no taller than my waist, with silver-blue skin that shimmered faintly in the dim lights. Her eyes were enormous, glistening like liquid sapphires, and brimming with fear. She clutched a small device to her chest, trembling. "I'm begging you, stop or don't," she whispered, her voice quivering. "It's too much for me to handle." Froze. Her words didn't make sense yet, but the desperation behind them was unmistakable. I stepped closer, hands raised, careful not to startle her. "Hey, I'm not here to hurt you," I said softly. "I just want to help." She flinched and backed into the shadows. Her breathing was rapid, uneven, like she was fighting an invisible storm inside her chest. The device in her hands pulsed faintly, reacting to her emotional state, or perhaps mine. "Please don't touch me," she said, stepping back further. I can't handle it." Something in her tone struck me. Fear, yes, but also an overwhelming intensity, as if the very air around her was charged with energy too wild to tame. I could see the faint outlines of something crawling along her spine, like iridescent veins glowing under her skin. "I won't touch you," I promised. "Just let me stay near you. You're not alone." She hesitated, then lowered the device slightly. The glow dimmed but didn't disappear. I don't know if you understand. My people, her voice broke. They would kill me for what I'm carrying inside me. They'd destroy everything." "What's inside you?" asked cautiously. Her eyes darted around, fear sharpening into panic. "It's not just me, it's something else. Something they call a heartbreaker. They said no one should ever feel it, or touch it or see it. And now you're here and I." She shivered violently, and instinctively I took a small step closer. Her words were fragmented, her body trembling, but I could feel the pull, a magnetic tension in the air. My own chest tightened. Something about her energy was intoxicating, dangerous but alluring. "I know it's too much," I whispered, closing the distance cautiously. "But you don't have to face it alone." Her pupils dilated, her breathing ragged. Don't come closer," she cried. I can't. It's too much." But something unspoken passed between us, a fragile thread that pulled me forward despite the warning. I moved slowly, careful not to trigger whatever delicate, volatile thing she was holding inside. Her chest heaved as I reached her side. "I'm begging you," she whispered, her voice barely audible. "Stop or don't. I can't decide. I can't." Her words shattered the space between us. The device in her hands flared brightly, a radiant, chaotic pulse that cast jagged shadows across the walls. I felt it too, a wave of raw emotion that seeped into my skin, a pain and longing intertwined, too intense for my mind to fully grasp. Then she faltered. Her knees gave way, and she collapsed slightly into me, half falling, half seeking something solid. My arms instinctively caught her, and the pulse of energy surged through both of us. I could hear her heartbeat. No, not just her heartbeat. It was a symphony of emotions, of fear and hope and longing, all pounding against my chest as if our bodies were synced in some impossible rhythm. I don't know if I can," she whispered, hiding her face against my shoulder. It's too much, everything." "You can," I murmured, feeling it too, the unbearable weight of her presence, yet also the fragile beauty of it. "I've got you. Just let it be what it is. You don't have to control it alone." Her fingers tightened around my arm, tiny but fierce. I could feel her energy coiling, a storm ready to break, but she trusted me enough to let it exist in the same space. The tension between us was almost unbearable, a knife edge of fear and desire and raw vulnerability. And then, in one trembling motion, she looked up at me. Her eyes were wide, glistening, and she whispered something I could barely hear. "I think I want more." I swallowed hard, aware of the danger, aware of how fragile this moment was. But there was no going back. I moved closer, letting her decide the pace, letting her pull me into her chaos rather than fight it. She didn't resist. Instead, she exhaled a long, shaky breath, and let her energy wash over us both. The device in her hands dimmed gradually, the pulse settling into a calm, steady rhythm. She leaned fully against me now, trembling but safe. For the first time, she didn't beg me to stop. Instead, she whispered, "I think I can handle it with you." I nodded, still holding her, feeling the storm of emotions gradually mellow into a fragile, steady warmth. "You don't have to be afraid," I said. "Not anymore." The mist in the station seemed less oppressive now, the hum of the old machinery fading into silence. For the first time since I arrived, I felt something other than fear. A connection, fragile and electrifying, a shared understanding that this night had changed us both. Her head rested against my chest, and I could feel her pulse, the heartbeat of someone who had been through so much and was finally letting herself exist in the moment. I didn't know what the future held, whether her people would come, whether the storm of energy she carried would ever fully settle. But for now, it didn't matter. We had survived the chaos together. And in that quiet, hovering space between danger and desire, we found a fragile peace. I think I can handle it," she murmured again, almost to herself. "Yes," I said softly. "And I'll be here. Every step." Her breath hitched, a shiver running through her. But this time it was different. This time it wasn't fear. It was something else. Something unspoken yet understood. The station, once cold and lifeless, now seemed full of possibility. And in the shadows of its empty corridors, two beings, one human, one alien, had found something more powerful than fear. Trust, connection, and maybe even a hint of something like love. Her head rested against my chest, her trembling slowly subsiding as the chaos inside her dimmed to a manageable rhythm. The device in her hands glowed faintly now, almost like a heartbeat in sync with hers and with mine. I think I can handle it," she murmured, voice barely audible, yet full of fragile determination. "Yes," I whispered, tightening my arms around her. "And I'll be here. Every step." For the first time, she didn't shrink away from me. Her eyes, wide and luminous, met mine, a storm of vulnerability and unspoken emotion swirling in their depths. The fear was still there, but beneath it, something new glimmered, trust. A shiver ran through her, but this time it wasn't panic. It was the release of tension, the letting go of years spent hiding, surviving, and fearing the storm within her. She exhaled slowly, leaning closer, letting the pulse of energy between us settle into something calm and steady. "I don't know what comes next," she admitted, voice trembling. "But I want to face it with you."